Hello and welcome to another video. So I'm back in the gear garage over here at my house, and we're going to take another look at another DIY project you can use for your sessions. And it is one of these. This is just a handy water filtration set, so you can use this with a variety of different groups. Essentially the idea is that you get them to fill the different filter levels with different mediums, so like sand, gravel, leaves, charcoal, whatever, and then try and filter some muddy water through it all. So the idea is that they'll gradually come to the conclusion that you want quite a coarse filtration at the top through to a fine filtration at the bottom, and just a general way to teach the principles of water filtration and removing sizes of turbidity from water. It's quite an easy project to make, and they're really handy and they make great activities. So I've made these with groups, with older groups. With younger ones, I just bring these along with a couple of buckets of stones and stuff, and they have a whole whale of a time with it. So I'm just going to run you through exactly how to make this as we make a couple extra. So I want a bit more sets. There's 101 ways to do this, and no doubt you will find your own way as well. But I'll show you how I do it and we can have a look at it together. So here we go. Here are all of the tools and resources you need. You need a plank about 70-80 centimeters long, about there. 4 empty plastic bottles. I like either between 1.5 and 2 liters is pretty much ideal. You can make little mini filters with the smaller bottles, but you just won't get very much volume of water or flow out of it with anything smaller. So that includes obviously the caps. Then we'll need some, these are plumbing clips. They essentially just clip on to pipes and hold them in place. So they're plumbing brackets. We'll use those for our brackets for the bottom of the bottles. Then we need some bungee cord, nice stretchy stuff that can hold it all in, but you can also take it in and out. We will need some screws, some string to hold the whole lot up, and then in terms of tools we'll need pencil, tape measure, utility knife or scissors, a screwdriver or impact driver, and then either a pyrography tool or a soldering iron or a drill. And these will be for making holes in the caps. Our first task is to cut the water bottles, cut basically the top off. I'm going about 15-16 centimeters down from the lid. Next task is to get these brackets here attached, and we're just going to pop the end, the first one right on the end of our plank here. Now make sure you choose screws that won't go all the way through the wood that you have and cause a hazard at the back. I'm just going to screw those in. Then I'm going to space my particular brackets 20 centimeters apart, because I've got 16 centimeters, 15-16 on these caps, and that'll give us a little bit of wiggle room to get them in and out, to slide them up. So there we go, we have our 4 brackets in place all the way down, and then we can slip in the top of the bottles, and we're just going to make a mark for where we're going to add in the bungee cord. So you want it to be a bit of like seat belt, about a quarter to a third of the way down the bottle, just to be able to keep it in place there. Then we can continue up and do the same for all of the other brackets. Now we can go ahead and drill the holes for the bungee cord. Make sure if you're doing it on nice counters that you've got a sacrificial piece of wood or two underneath, just in case you go through. Well, you should go through, but to protect the counter. Next thing, we can pop our bottles in the brackets, tie in a bungee cord on one side, and then we can measure roughly how much we need. If you have the luxury of one of these rope cutters, they are really handy. Otherwise, just cut them and burn the ends with a lighter. Now it's just a matter of threading our bungee cord through, pull it tight, through the other side, and another knot. Yep, that's one seat belt. 3 more to go. And there we go. We've got all of the water bottle tops attached. So now we are nearly there. Just a few more pieces to do. So we need to create drainage holes in the caps. Now you can get the children to sit there with a hammer and a nail punching holes in them, but it is agonizing to watch. So what I'm going to suggest is using either a soldering iron or one of these pyrography pens with a narrow tip and just burning holes through. You want these holes big enough that you can get a decent water flow through, but not so big that you end up losing material from your water filter. So just a good few holes in there. The more holes, the better the flow you're going to get. So that's pretty good. It's probably as close as we're going to get without compromising the integrity of the filter. Yeah, as you can see, it's not the neatest, but it'll work. Okay, so I just need to do 3 more of these. Once we've got all of our lids ready, we can then take our bottles, just screw them back on again. So when you're using the water filter, it's a good idea to make a plug of either cotton wool or some moss in the bottom here. That'll mean you still get a good flow rate. And then our last item is to drill a hole in the top. This will be for the string that we use to hang it up. Got our cord, pop it through. I usually try and leave quite a long tail so I can hook it over a branch. Knot in the end. Water filter complete. So there we go. That is our basic water filter setup. If you can get a microscope or something else to have a look at the organisms before and after and talk about what it doesn't filter, that's amazing. It's an incredible learning opportunity for children and well worth having a go at making one. I'll try and include some footage near the end here of these filters in use. I've got a holiday club coming up on Friday and we should put these to very good use and hopefully have some fun with it. If you're interested in more activities like this, I do have a complete activity pack of my 20 top forest school activities, including water filtration, building tinder bundles, all sorts, packed full of ideas. I'll leave a link to that in the description if you'd like to check that out. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Make the most of every day, and I will see you all next time.